Hello and welcome to yet another video here in the Learn Sanskrit series, and we are today going to do lesson 9, and we are going to talk about pronouns, and we're going to talk about nouns, and then we're also doing a little Devanagari details to round it up, so to speak. Okay, let's see. We'll start with the pronouns. Let's see, pronouns. And what we're doing today is, as we have been doing all along here in the first sessions, we're just talking about the nominative. We haven't spoken so much about this nominative case, but this is sort of the basic case, we can say, for pronouns. I, like in English, I and you and he and she and it, they are the nominative. So we can but then we also have other forms of I, such as me, for instance, and that is something else, some other non-basic form. And I can say mine, indicating a possession. I own something that is mine. And I can say my car or my house and all like that. So all these my and mine and me, they are not nominative forms. They are something else, and they have specific names. And we have many such other forms in Sanskrit, but we're not going to talk about them today, of course, because this is just the nominative forms. So what we're doing today then is we're taking the last two nominative forms for the normal pronouns. We have other pronouns as well in nominative that are not sort of the basic ones, but we will take them later. Okay, so today then we are going to do the last two ones, and we are still at the dual number, representing two persons or two things. So I will write here te, which means, well, maybe we should do this on the same line there. Te, they two, feminine grammatical gender. And then the other form is, surprise here, te as well. And this means they two, neuter grammatical gender. So if we have, for instance, like in the first case, they two F, we can use this if we have just, well, we may have two women that we're talking about, Radha and Sita or something like that. And those two girls, when we are clumping them together, we may refer them to as te. And similarly here, if we have a word in neuter, if we have something, many things have neuter gender, and we take two of those things and we refer to them in a group of two, we can also say te. So then in real life, then we would use then, in the first case, well, let's write this up here. Let's say we have te, the female form here, te, or the feminine, sorry, not the female, but the feminine form. And we use the word vadati. So vadati, but vadati naturally is singular third person, so we can't use that, so we have to have the special verb form that corresponds to the dual case, or the dual number third person, which is vadataha. So te vadataha. And then in this case here, it's exactly the same, te vadataha. Now this may be a strange example, if the neuter things if the neuter things are simply things, like a flower or a stone or something like that, then this sentence is sort of like unintuitive. But we may maybe we should take another verb here. We can take it becomes more intuitive. Let's take one we already know. Let's see, I have a list here what possible. Well, we'll just take bhavati, to be, the two things are. So let's take that, bhavataha. All right, and then of course, like we remember now from the previous lesson here, that the masculine variant here of the pronoun is tau, and the ending here is of course the same as in the other cases. So these are the three third person pronouns: tau, te, te, for the dual case, the two-person case, or the two-thing case. So then we can just maybe we can summarize. So now we have sort of completed the nominative pronouns. Perhaps we can, let's see, how many do we need? We need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that should go. So if we start with the singular here, aham, Let's take bhavati as an example here. Bhavami. Aham bhavami. Tvam bhavasi. Whoops. Bhava. See. Saha bhavati. Sa bhavati. And tat bhavati. So we get a little refreshing here of the forms. So that's the singular one, and the dual one then is avam bhavavaha. And the second person here, thinking English here. Okay, avam bhavamaha yuvam bhavata. Well, that was ugly. Let's redo that. And then we have the toe bhavataha, and similarly te bhavataha, and te bhavataha. So here, of course, they all use the same verb, and all of these are using the same form of the verb. And then we do the plural here. So we have vayam bhavamaha. And here we have yam bhavata. And then we have the te here, which combines with te bhavanti. And in the feminine here, taha, long a, taha bhavanti. And another long a, tani bhavanti. Bhavanti. Alright, so these are the forms then, and these three here also use the same verb form. So here we have our complete list of the I shouldn't say normal pronouns, but they are pretty much they are used well, I'll say normal pronouns just to, and then we can talk about other pronouns as well. But the important thing here is that these are just the nominative forms, and so when the pronoun is as a subject in the sentence, and so in this case here, like for instance, tau, wadata, up here, here tau is the active person who is doing the speaking here. So wadati, he speaks, and so if the pronoun refers to the speaker, then it's nominative case, and in this case it is. So it's the same person in the pronoun as it is in the action in the verb. So that's what we mean, because we can have objects also. So we could say the good example, I see him, for instance. Like if I write this, I see him, then this is a pronoun, but it isn't the pronoun here in this verb here, because the pronoun here is I see. Or let's make it better example here. Let's do like this. Let's say that we have let's say that we have an S on the verb here, sees, and we have a name here. Let's call her Laura. It's an English example. Laura, a girl. Laura sees him. So it's Laura who sees. So these are intimately connected. Laura is the subject of the sentence, and him is the object. And him is different from he, right? So we could do a he here. Oh well, we could do she here. Instead, we can exchange Laura to a she. She sees him, and we can do that because she is nominative here, and this him here is a non-nominative case, which we can talk about later. So this is the importance here. So we have many of these. In Sanskrit we have 8 cases. So we have nominative plus 7 cases. So we need to learn. As you see here, we have 15 forms here on this sheet for just the nominative. So we need to learn another, I don't know, 15 times 7 to get just all the pronouns in order, so to speak. So it takes a considerable time to sort of digest and to repeat and to. So, but we're doing this gradually, a couple here, a couple there, and then we're sort of. So I'm hoping that this sort of slow approach is working, and that you are appreciating this. And if not, you can do some comment, and maybe we can do some quicker thing, like a different series of videos where we could approach it quicker. But I think it's important that we actually would give it time. We give it we do many exercises, we come back to it, we sort of discuss it, we do a lot of sentences, and we are reading and writing and talking. And so I think we can gradually assimilate this if we just keep on going, and we are enjoying the process. We have to enjoy what we're doing. All right, so that's I think that's all for now for the nouns. No, actually, I have one more thing, but I have to switch the sheet here. And so let's take some examples then, just to get this going. We can first take some English to Sanskrit exercises. We can do they two and go, and that would be te gotcha to, like that. We can have they two ask, and that would be then tau here instead, because it's masculine. Tau, and here we ask is pritchati, so we have to pritchati, but we have to get the right dual, third person dual, and pritchataha, like that. And we can do then the feminine, they two F, remember. So we have gachati up here, we have pritchati in the middle, and then we have the feminine form, so we have to use te here again, and smarati here in the word smarati, but the right form, third person dual, smarataha, like that. Okay, and then, but then we have an interesting thing here. If we're doing it from Sanskrit to English, let's do it Sanskrit to English. One example here. Let's say that we find a sentence like te good job to her. Okay, now, okay, I'm actually going to wait with, I'm going to do another, let's say we do this then instead. Okay, so let's say we have a sentence in Sanskrit like that, which is in transliteration here in Roman characters, te gachanti. Because the problem here in the with this word te is that it can occur in different, not only in the neuter and the feminine dual, but it occurs also in the plural here. So this is then they all masculine go. They all go. So that we separate, so we know what we're doing here. So te can be either masculine or feminine or neuter, depending. If it's masculine, it is plural, but if it's neuter or feminine, then it is a dual. So we have to look out here when we, so this is gachanti here, not gachatah. So we sort of keep everything corresponding. So the pronoun and the verb must fit together. Alright, and now we do the thing that I started doing before. Let's do that again then. Now I write, let's say that you find this sentence here in the exercises. Well, there's a sloppy line there. Should be a little space there. Should be space there to this character here on. Actually fixing it up a little bit here. A little more space there. Okay. Te gachatah. End of sentence. Okay, and then transliteration. Te gachatah. And that in essence becomes this up here, almost, but not quite. Why? Because this te here, we don't know here in this, at this stage, what this is. This could be they to n go, or it could be, okay, so let's, they to n go, as in this case up here, but it could also be they to f go. And to indicate this without becoming lengthy, I think it is a good idea here, which this idea, I will do this in the real exercises later on. I will write this as feminine neuter, like that. They to fn go. And that means either feminine or neuter. So I think that's a good good way for me to indicate that you have two options. And it's good for you to do that also, because then you indicate that you know that you have two options, so that you don't just provide one answer like this one, for instance, but you provide both answers, but you do so in a very concise way. So I think this system works well. Here we are not concerned with so much with a super readable English like in a book, like in an ordinary book, but this is a sort of like a grammar lesson, right? So it's not we're focusing on grammar in the Sanskrit, not in English so much. All right, so day 2, FN, go. All right, so now I think we have talked about the nouns and the pronouns enough. So let's go on to do the nouns now. So in this lesson we're not covering any new verbs. We are just doing some new nouns here. Nouns. And we will do 3 nouns. Well, maybe we should. No, I just do it like this. Okay. ācāryaḥ. But then we have to have the masculine nominative singular ending here also, so it's ācāryaḥ, and that means the teacher. The teacher, hyphen there, the teacher. And we have another word, naraḥ, which means the man. And then we have nripaḥ, the king. And as I've said before in the last videos, that if you're going to a dictionary, you would not look up ācāryaḥ, but just ācārya. Similarly, nara, not naraḥ, and nripa, not nripaḥ. But I'm not writing this on here. We should know this by now, so I'm just using the actual word that we will see in the sentences here now. Okay, that's one thing. And then so there's nothing very complicated about this. The only thing here is just that some of these words, we have things in the spelling in Devanagari here we could discuss. And one thing is here in ācāryaḥ. Let's do that here. ācāryaḥ. Hup. And we have a long a, and long a looks like that. and then we have a cha, but we have a cha like that, which is actually cha, long. So that's done. But then we have a single R here in the before the ya sound, and so how are we going to do that? I mean, the intuition perhaps would be like we take a ra and we sort of use the virama here and take it off, and then you do the normal ya, and then visarga at the end there. But that's, maybe you have this spelling like on the internet or something like that, if they don't have any other way of doing it. But the real deal is like that we have to do something like this. We have go here, and then we have to just start off with the ya sound immediately there, but then on the top here, on the top of this vertical stroke here, we put a little R like that, the R sound, and then everything is all right. So we insert our r sound before the ya sound, and this is important here. We still have the complete ya sound. It's just that we are preceding it with the r sound. Not and this is just not a ra sound. There's no a in the r here. It's just so what we have done is simply an R, a Y, A. Like that. Something like that. Ria. So that's discussed then, and then we have another thing we have here then is nripaha. And we have done something similar here with the r sound, but the difference here is that if we write this in Devanagari here, we will do a little C here, or going from the bottom of the vertical stroke, not on the top but on the bottom. So that's nr, just that part there. And the interesting thing here is that that when we place it on the bottom, it replaces the a sound, which otherwise is there. So so unlike so we add the little form of a C here, representing the r sound. We add something, but we're actually removing the a sound and inserting the r sound there. So that's different than from the operation here, with rya, where we actually are adding something and not replacing the ya sound. So we still have ya in rya. It's just a pure addition here over here, and here it's replacement of the vowel ah. Alright, that sums it up for this lesson, and now we'll have the exercises, which will be posted in the other videos that are for this lesson. So if you're using the playlist, they will come up automatically. So I hope you had a good time, and I also hope that you will have a great day ahead. Bye bye.